Stadium in Santa Clara, California. It's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Kirk Cousins and the San Francisco 49ers versus Drew Brees and the Washington football team.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington football team and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. On the return, it's Jordan Lewis. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by their veteran signal caller. In his 9th season now, it's Kirk Cousins.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Number 26, Le'Veon Bell, the ball carrier.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move him off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it with Bell. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Le'Veon Bell
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 7.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. This is caught by Antonio Brown.
Pass.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
A gain of 6.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Edwards-Helaire on the counter. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, they set the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Brees. Darquez Denard there defensively.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense. First and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brought down at the 30.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. That's a corner that got in there for the sack. Dante Jackson. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Here's Matt Weil now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Landry now on the return. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Don't do us like that.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Shotgun now for Breeze. Space to maneuver at the 40. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no 1st down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Adam Troutman, the intended receiver.
And that'll bring up 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point.
It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. We'll check on his status when we get back. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 30-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it.
For a 49er. 1st and 10.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Bell. Michael Brockers in on the stop.
2nd and 8. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
First quarter with this Washington 7, 49ers nothing.
On 2nd down, it's Bell, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about.
Leading tackler is a rookie last year, gets another there.
4 yards on the pickup.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Breeze.
7-yard line.
That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
17 yards.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Breeze now to throw. Quickly into the hands of Beckham. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Breeze. Incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Santos now to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This will make it into the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the 2nd quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out, and instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. 16 yards right off the bat, but a 1st down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Cousins. He's going to fire one deep left side, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
It's another 1st down on a big gainer there, 33 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Bell. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
The ball carrier. He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd.
This is Bell.
And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line.
It's 14. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, I thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back. But now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. Now a first down carry by Bell. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage, but 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Bell. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
That's good.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Bell. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14 to nothing. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Kenny Young. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Cousins. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback, because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
The field goal.
And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14 to 3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
At their own 34-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from zero.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. William Golston in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. And he's got his man, that's Landry. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From midfield, here's Breeze.
and he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
Give him 4 yards there, and that should be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. In our game, it was the Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
And they're on 31-yard line.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing now is Breeze. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. A gain of 6 there on first.
Complete to Jarvis Landry.
That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations. Quite the accomplishment.
8-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Now Edwards-Helaire.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Now Breeze.
He'll find Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
A gain of 7.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire.
And a short gain here down to the 22. William Golston in on the stop.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second.
On 2nd and 9. Breeze. And this is caught at the 8. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown, Washington.
Irv Smith Jr., his 4th touchdown on the year.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And it's 21-3. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Jordan Lewis on the return. The Niners take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. At the 26.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
Open man is the tight end Troutman.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On first down, Bell. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
There on the tackle.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
49ers.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
Jerry Tillery. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
On third down, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
First and 10.
Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brees.
To Jefferson on the slant.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Justin Jefferson.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Santos with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 20.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking.
They need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he'll get this one up to the 26.
Number 26.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
At the 26. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Niners on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Watch 36.
Here's Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
6 brings up 2nd and 4.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Out of the end zone. It's third.
Washington on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Breeze. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Smith Jr.
4 touchdown passes now for Drew Brees. And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. And this one complete right side to Funches. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. David Onyemata able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
Here's Hoyer. Hit as he throws. He lost the football. It's loose.
Drew Brees sacked. A fumble on the play.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he's going to go down again. David Onyemata able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Cousins on fourth down. And this is going to be incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. The last run got 6, now second and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Washington on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's third and 1. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
A loss of 3 yards.
Just a simple run play there on third and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up fourth down.
So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Cousins on first down. Funches with a catch over the middle. But he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and it's third down.
Third down and 10.
To the air again, it's Cousins looking for the end zone. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And this one is right through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Washington 38, 49ers 6.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And they look to finish strong in this fourth quarter. And this is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a much more productive all-around ball game. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
There on the stop. It's a gain of 6. First down, Washington.
So it's Washington getting the victory here, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Washington, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.